Hello everyone, welcome back. So those of you following my channel have been seeing the videos that I've been doing where I'm shooting through these steel drums with 223, and the best I can do is get into 4 drums if they're close together. If I space them apart about 15 feet, the best I can do is 3 drums. And when you consider how puny these drums are, I'm actually like a little disappointed. Okay, I mean, yeah, it's proving that the 223 5.56 round is great for home defense because it's really not going to over penetrate. If it goes through a couple of layers of sheetrock and exits your home, it's going to destabilize so much as it goes through each barrier that when it exits your home, it's pretty much lost all its energy. But I want to see how the AK-47 does. How many barrels can we get through? We're going to start off with all 7 of them spaced closely together. And then if I see that it does better than 4 barrels, then I'll space them apart and see what happens then. Alright, let's take the camera up and take a look. Alright, let's take a look what we got here. We got 1, 2, 3. I'm in the 4th barrel. Yeah, definitely getting through. Looking inside. Okay, new holes. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, 4 of the 5 bullets that I fired came through. And let's see on the back side, we got 1, 2, 3, 4. Basically, all 4 exited the back side. 1 didn't make it, but yeah. So we're definitely getting more penetration with the AK-47. And then on the 6th barrel, only 1 started to poke its head through. You can see where it's poking its head through, but it's lost all its energy. Couldn't quite, it looks like it cracked it, but really didn't get through. So we definitely have an improvement with AK-47. And actually, if we look down there, you can see that the AK round has basically fragmented a lot of it. It's basically broken up. So yeah, definite improvement with the AK-47, but not. I mean, it's not a huge improvement. Basically, we improved. We improved by 1 barrel. I got them close together here. I'm going to space them apart and see if it does any better. But I'm not seeing a tremendous improvement. We definitely improved by 1 barrel. We got into the 5th barrel when we got them close together. Whereas with the AR, we only got to the 4th barrel. Let's see what happens when we space them apart. If it's able to penetrate any further. Okay, so I've lined up 5 barrels, the ones that have the least holes at the end, so we can kind of see the new holes. I got the old holes circled, and we know from keeping them close together that 5 rims is realistically the best that we do when they're close together. So now that they're further apart, I want to see if we're able to actually get to the 5th rim. I'm guessing no, because I think the space between the rims makes a big difference, because these rims are now about 12 feet apart. 15 feet apart. 15 feet apart. The only thing that might be different here compared to the 223 that when I was shooting this is that this bullet has more mass. So because there's 122 grains versus the 55 grain, maybe that mass will actually carry it to that 5th rim. I don't know, we'll see. Try it out. Okay, let's see what's going on here. We went through the first barrel, and like I said, I'm skimming right along the top, right? So it's like I'm coming in through here, going out through here, okay? And then between this barrel and that barrel, I have dropped almost a foot, okay? Because they're all impacting in this area right here. So even though I was aiming right across the top, like up here, they've already started dropping. I rotated the barrel, so that's how I know which the new holes are. And then they come out this barrel, and now they're going into the third barrel. And yeah, there's like, here we go. Like a few of them managed to maintain some height, but most of them are like right near the bottom. And you can see how they've tumbled and they keyholed. I mean, I don't call these keyholes. The AR-15 rounds are really keyholed because they look almost like a line. These are basically just tumbling and making like a weird circle. So they're going through. There's a few a little higher. That's a new one. That's a new one right there. Coming out the back, as far as the fourth one, let's see, did anything come through here? It looks like only one actually made it through the fourth one. We got dents here, dents. That was old. That's a new one right there. So even the one that got through it, it's just like barely getting through. So pretty much 3 barrels is all you're gonna get when you space them about 15 feet apart. And the before, when they were all close together, we managed to get through 5. But then once you space them apart, all of a sudden you're only getting to 3, which tells us how important the space is between your barriers. Because especially if we're talking about like home defense, where a lot of times people are talking about, well, not people that don't know are saying that AR-15 rifles and AK-47 rifles will over penetrate and they'll go out of your house and they'll keep going a mile and and kill some old lady like a mile away from your house. And that's not what's happening at all. What I'm seeing here is that as soon as, especially with the heavier AK round, as soon as it goes through that first barrier, it slows down. Not only is it slowing down, but it's tumbling downwards, okay, at an increasing rate. So if an AK-47 round ever leaves, ever goes through your wall, right, exits your house, it's going to be tumbling down really fast based on what I'm seeing here today. Especially on this last test where I was like really, I was aiming like almost right along the top, and then I just dropped by 1 inch. All the holes ideally should have been, like if these were like cardboard boxes or something, all the holes would have been right at the top of these barrels. And I'm pretty sure, now that I'm thinking about it, on the AR-15, when I was shooting that, I when they were tumbling, they were also tumbling down. It's just that it didn't seem as pronounced. And I'm thinking because that bullet was just going faster, so they were dropping, but they were dropping at a slower rate. But the same deal with the AR-15 when we were shooting that 223. When the barrels were spaced apart 15 feet, 3 barrels is all you could get. See, the interesting thing here is that, like when I shoot ARs and AKs, like I'll penetrate like car rims, right? Like thick car rims, all the way out to 250 yards. That steel is a lot thicker. So the bullet will go 250 yards, and it will still maintain enough energy to penetrate a car rim, okay? But as soon as it goes through a barrier, even if it's like a light skin barrier like these barrels over here, which like I said earlier, 22s will penetrate these. As soon as it touches something, and the bullet spin is interrupted, that bullet is on its way to dying. Basically, it's going to lose all its energy very quickly. And even with the 9mm, when we tried that, we really didn't see that much of a difference. When I shot the 9mm out of the rifle, I saw that we actually penetrated 1 extra barrel when they were spaced apart. When I had them close together, they're pretty much doing the same thing. You know, they're both stopping at the fourth rim, at the fourth barrel. So, you know, 9mm AK, AR-15, you know, when you're talking about it going through barriers, you know, and what's it going to do and how far is it going to do, it seems to me like they're all doing the same thing. You know, once they go through a couple of barriers, like 2 or 3, 4 barriers, you know, they're going to destabilize and they're going to lose all their energy and they're going to end up in the ground. And the AK, this AK test really exaggerated how fast they're dropping. You know, you can see how those holes are basically in the ground over there. So if you guys got any comments, questions, feedback, put it in the comment section. If you're not a member of the channel, subscribe. I'll talk to you guys soon.